Hey there, how are you doing today? Or maybe I should say, hey there, how are you doing today? Can you hear a difference between that first one and that second one? This has to deal with an aspect of speech called that I call firmness. To give an example, like right now I am talking firm. This is a very firm voice. Versus right now I'm talking softer. This is a very much softer voice. The difference between these two can completely change the direction of your conversations and how people interpret your message. So, if you haven't thought about this aspect of your voice, this could be causing potentially miscommunications, even elevate tension in some discussions and things like that. We don't want that to happen. So, today we're going to be talking a little bit more about firmness and a common problem that I see. Good morning, guys. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. We are here Monday through Friday, typically sometime around 7 to 8 a.m. New York, to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for a day. And to guide you in that process, there is me. Hi there. So, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That is one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath, trying to weaken your consonant sounds in order to strengthen your vowel sounds. And today, again, we're going to be playing around with contrast, which, if you don't know what contrast is, you can kind of think of something that's high contrast. Think of like the colors like black and white. Like, when you read a book, is it usually black and white? Well, it's because that's very high contrast, easy legibility. It's much easier to read that. Okay. And in our speech, we want a lot of contrast too. And one of those ways to do it is through contrast, is through firmness. Okay. Playing around with talking firm like this, and then also playing around with talking soft. But the issue that I see a lot of students having is that a lot of times they're doing it for like entire thought groups. So this is my firm thought group. This is my soft thought group, and it's just when we listen to people talk, it's not going to be quite like that. Okay. So to give an example, let's maybe just use some examples of words. And you may be looking at the title of this video and be like, okay, so it says why American English is like the radio. We kind of want to think how when we say words, it's almost like how when you listen to the radio and a song ends, they don't just cut the song. They're not just like, "Ah, da, da, da," and then the sound just stops. No, it kind of fades out, right? It's like, da, 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 and then kind of like slowly, gradually transitions into the next song. That's kind of how we want to think about this, okay? So, for instance, if we take a word like basketball, basketball, okay. So notice I'm not saying basketball, basketball, basketball. Do you see now I'm saying all those syllables really firm, but maybe for each syllable I'll go softer, softer, softer. It's like basketball, 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 basketball. This happens in two syllable words. If another sport like tennis, it's like tennis, tennis. Do you see how much softer the is sound is than the ten? Tennis. It can happen in longer words. Um, um, like no, I'm struggling to think of longer words. The first word came to mind, Scientology. Okay, random religion. Cool. It's like Scientology. Scientology. One thing you might notice there, so a word like Scientology stresses on tall, the third syllable. Okay, but the firmest sound is actually at the beginning when I said it, right? Scientology. Even though this stress is on tall. It sounds like Scientology. Okay. Another example. Let's maybe take a look at the example we had at the beginning of this video. So, how are you today? If we said all of that firm, like how are you today? Okay. Let's maybe go firm. Let's go soft at the end. How are you today? How are you today? Okay. But you can play around this, right? So maybe I'll start soft and then go firm. Like, how are you today? How are you today? Okay. Maybe I'll do firm, then soft, then firm. Like, how are you today? How are you? Let me do that again. How are you today? How are you today? Okay, so again, you can do this with any sort of sentence. Just kind of practice fading in and fading out because this tends to be a tricky component of American English for a lot learners. And this is really important too, because when words are reduced, or words again have multiple syllables and the final syllables aren't stressed, we've talked about this in a lot of other videos, it gets weaker, it gets softer. Okay. Like if my full name is like Jeffrey. It's not like Jeffrey. So you're going to see this in a lot of words like banana. See how that final syllable is not banana, it's banana. Now, you don't necessarily have to do it this way for all situations, but it is a technique that I would encourage you to practice, because I think once you start listening to native speakers talk, do you hear I just did there? Native speakers talk. You can start identifying, oh, they went real soft there. Oh, they went real firm there. And then you can start applying it to your own speech. Pair with some shadowing exercises and things like that, and you'll be in good shape. All right, guys, I do have to run, but hey, thanks for spending some time with me today. It's tough. There's a lot of pronunciation channels out there. So the fact that you spent a little bit of your time here with me is appreciated. I'll see you all later. Hope you guys have a good day, have a good night, and a good afternoon. Take care.